Convener International Ayya Confederation and author of the book which we released today. Respected T. Sita Lakshmi, founder Curriculum Academy. Respected P. Durai Palam, respected Suresh Pano, all the distinguished persons present here, all the devotees of Ayya Vaikunda Swami across the world, brothers and sisters, on the auspicious occasion of 192nd Avatar Dinam of Ayya Vaikunda Swami, my best wishes and greetings to all. This is a very special day. We know yesterday was the day and today we are releasing the book and we are assembled here. One year back, in March 2023, I had the blessings of visiting Sami Topu in Kanyakumari. Because when I came to Tamil Nadu and when I started knowing about the rich spiritual history of this place, right from thousands and thousands years ago, since then, how many great people, great souls have appeared on this land. And when I got to know about Ayya Vaikunda Swami, I was very interested, very keen to visit one of the places there and then get to know about what all he did. We are all fortunate to belong to a country, to be born at a place where Narayana himself had appeared in human form from time to time, and one such time was 192 years ago when Ayya Vaikunda Swami appeared. In the preceding address, Advocate Ramlingam and also Tirumati Sita Lakshmi, they mentioned about, and also the other speaker mentioned about the circumstances, the prevailing environment in which Ayya Vaikunda Swami appeared. I think we have to appreciate the socio-cultural and historical context in which Ayya Vaikunda Swami appeared. We know that in our country, Bharat, from time immemorial, whenever there has been severe decline of dharma, whenever dharma has come under, and dharma means Sanatana Dharma, When it has come under severe threat, Lord Narayan himself appeared to save the Dharma, to protect the Dharma, and to remove adharma from time to time. We know that at one time Sri Rama had appeared. Again Narayan appeared as Sri Rama. At one time he appeared as Sri Krishna. And in that tradition, Narayana appeared also about 192 years ago as Ayya Vaikundar Swami. Sometimes we all mention about that, yes, he appeared, he tried to remove the social discrimination, he brought people together. He taught the lessons of Sanatana Dharma. We know that his work, Akhilathiratu Ammanai, is the essence of Sanatana Dharma. But it is important to understand the socio-cultural and historical context. What was the situation? What was so serious? What was so threatening in our country, in our society, that Narayan himself had to appear? No, that part, I think, should be studied, and it should be available to our younger generation for them to know. Because in a normal situation, when there is some small something happens here and there, Narayana doesn't come. Something was very, very serious. There was overall attempt to destroy Sanatana Dharma. And what was the background? I will just try to give a short background of the socio-cultural, historical context of the time when Ayya Vaikunda Swami had to appear. We know that in the year 1600, East India Company was formed. We know this Sanatana Dharma is, its essence is, we are all equal. We are all children of the same divine. There is no big, there is no small. We are all equal. And in that spirit, when people came from all over the world, in our country, Bharat, we welcomed everyone. And that is why Christianity came to Bharat even before it reached Europe. We have the oldest mosque built during the time of Prophet Muhammad in Bharat, because we did not distinguish, because we all, believing in Sanatana Dharma, we all believe that we are all one and the same family. The problem began when people from outside, when some of the people when they came, they started destroying this our dharma, that we are all equal, we are all children of the same God, we are all brothers and sisters. This is all inclusive. In fact, today, last year when India hosted, our country, Bharat, hosted the G20 presidency, its theme was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Yadu Mure Yavarum Kene. This is what Ayya Vaikunda Swami also taught us. We are all members of the same family. But the problem started when in the year 1600, when East India Company was formed by the British, and they came for trading, one of the tasks given to the East India Company was that you must evangelize wherever you go. You must change the people's faith, bring them to gospel. And so they came, they were doing trading and also spreading the faith. But what changed later, 150 years later, in 1757, when in Bengal, Battle of Palasi, the East India Company captured Bengal. The local ruler was defeated and they captured the territory, Bengal. After they captured Bengal, then they started wondering that we were doing the trading business community, now we have captured territory. What should we do? British government also thought over it. And then they decided that, look, first the request was of the company was, East India Company requested the British government that, look, we will do the trading, you take over the administration. And this issue was seriously debated in the British government. But after all this debate, they realized that they cannot colonize this country the way they colonized America, Australia, other places, Canada. You know, they had gone and previous to that, they had gone and colonized those areas. What they had done there, they had destroyed the local population, they had killed the local population, not by war, but by spreading diseases. Smallpox infested blankets were given to the native people. And the colonies after colony, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, lakhs of people died. They killed them and then they captured. This is how America was born. This is how Canada was born. This is how Australia was born. So the question was, will they be able to do similar thing in Bharat? And then they realized, no, they cannot. Because Bharat, though it is very large, it is very organized. People have different languages. People are speaking different languages, wearing different dresses, eating different food. But still they are all united. They are all united because of Sanatana Dharma. People from north, from any part. I know my grandmother from Bihar, she came to Rameswaram, she came to Kanchipuram. People from here, thousands and thousands used to go to Kashi and other places. So people were moving, there were many rulers, many kings. But people, the society, the Samaj was united. And what united this Samaj was Sanatana Dharma. That you may speak any language, you may eat whatever food you eat, you may dress the way you want, but still we have one faith, Dharma, that we are all brothers and sisters. And that is how, when people came from all over the country to Rameswaram, to Kanchipuram, to all the places, these Rameswaram, Ramanatha Swami Kovil, it did not belong to Setupati, or it did not belong to the ruler of Rama. It belonged to the whole of Bharat. Similarly, Kashi did not belong to the king of Kashi, it belonged to the whole Bharat. We had so many tirthams, so many institutions all over the country, which belonged to the whole Bharat. So even though people had different languages, speaking different languages, different dresses, still they were all united. So they cannot replicate what they did in Canada, America, or Australia. So What should they do? Then they said, you must destroy the Sanatana Dharma. That became their agenda. Because if the British had to rule here for longer period, they knew that the threat is from this Sanatana Dharma. Because people across this huge country, they are all united. And so, they started working on this policy, how to destroy. Earlier, the East India Company was evangelizing. They were spreading. But when the British started, after capturing the territory, first Bengal and then other parts, and by 1801, even this Madras presidency was captured by the British. So they had captured, by and large, by 1800, 1801, they had almost captured the whole country. And so they decided that if they have to continue here for long, the only threat was from Sanatana Dharma, so they must destroy it. So, in 1813, British Parliament passed a law, and the law is called India Charter Act 1813. In that India Charter Act, it is mentioned that the responsibility of the British in India is to evangelize India, to destroy Sanatana Dharma. It became a British government policy through an act. Earlier it was a company which was doing it, and after 1813, it became a project of the British government to destroy Sanatana Dharma and evangelize India. You know, even in 1858, when the British government took over, removed the company and took over the government directly, at the time, the British Prime Minister was Henry Templeton. Now, Henry Templeton, when he spoke in British Parliament, because when the British government took over, they had to explain to the Parliament why did they take over from the company. So Henry Templeton, the then Prime Minister of Britain, he delivered a speech. In his longest speech, he mentions that evangelization of India is not only our duty because duty is coming from the gospel earlier time that we must evangelize, but it is our necessity. A necessity, you know, because if we have to continue in India for long, we have to evangelize India. That was stated by British Prime Minister himself. So, after 1813, India Charter Act, what the British government started doing, they had a body called Society for Propagation of Gospel, SPG. And then, after 1813, they started recruiting large number of volunteers. Mostly they were school dropouts, high school dropout. And it was in that, and they started recruiting and bringing it to India, giving them some basic teaching in Bible, and asking them to now evangelize with the protection of the British government, British military. It was in that background that Robert Caldwell, G.U. Pope, they were all recruited by Society for Propagation of Gospel, SPG. They were, Robert Caldwell, I saw somewhere written there he was a graduate. He is a school dropout. He didn't cross, he didn't pass even high school. This was a false information given on this Wikipedia and all the nonsense. He was not even. He was a person who couldn't even clear his high school. But they picked up such people and brought them to India. Different parts, Caldwell and G.U. Pope, they were brought in Madras presidencies, many others. And then they started with a strong force evangelizing, conversion. In fact, I do not know how many of us are aware that at the time, they had, by the time 18, 20, 25, 30, they had closed all the schools which were running here since long, long time, hundreds of years ago. Native schools were closed. Only missionaries were allowed to have the schools. And their admission was only if you are baptized. Unless a child is baptized, will not get admission in the schools. These are fact. Somebody will say that, okay, governor is talking like this. It is a historical fact. We must confront the truth. This is what happened in the past. They were not admitted. They had to, compulsorily, they had to study and pass tests in Bible. Nothing wrong in Bible. I don't have any enmity. In fact, I myself, I love Jesus. I have no problem with Jesus. I have no problem with even Bible. But they made it compulsory because as a Sanatani, I believe that all are equal. So in 1839, imagine, 1833, Ayya Vaikundar Swami appeared. It was at that time, 1824, Tiruvat Prakash Vallalar had appeared. All these people had appeared because Sanatana Dharma was being destroyed by the British. So 1839, 90,000 people of Madras Presidency, they signed a petition. It was presented by Gazulu Lakshminarasu Shetty. He, 11th of November 1839. I'm giving all these dates because these are all verifiable. They are all documents there in the archives. It is not my imagination. 90,000. Imagine at that point of time what was the population of our country. Nothing. 1947 we were 33 crores. Imagine 100 years before, what was the population? And Madras Presidency, around 90,000 people signed a petition. This 3-page petition, it tells all about, please don't destroy our dharma. Don't put a condition that a child has to be baptized before admission, otherwise not admitted. Please, it is not done. In fact, Gazulu Lakshminarasu Shetty, he has started a journal from here called Madras Crescent to give a voice to the native people, our Indian people. Because the newspaper at the time was all controlled by the British. Through that, these are all there in the archives. And I urge the students, I urge the scholars to go and do the research. You read the Madras Crescent. First it was a weekly, then it became bi-weekly. It went on, it was published for almost about 20 years. By 1863-64, they had closed it because they found it not in their interest, because they thought that it was creating awareness among the people against the British. So, that was a period of acute suppression and oppression. It was a period of existential threat to Sanatana Dharma. It was in that background that Ayya Vaikunda Swami had appeared. And when they started, what they call is harvesting soul. They say conversion is harvesting soul. If somebody voluntarily goes, it's all up to choice because we don't distinguish between any faith. We believe all fine. But harvesting of soul, it became the responsibility of the British government they started targeting mostly the people who were poor and marginalized. And it was in that background that all these Bishop Caldwell, they all started concentrating in Tirunelveli and all the South Tamil Nadu area. He started targeting them, and he is the one who wrote a very, very fake book, Grammar of Dravidian Languages. The person who has not even done the colleges, who has not crossed the school, he claimed to be a philologist, a great linguist. And here people quote it. Because people here, even today, there are people who want to destroy Sanatana Dharma. Why? What a strange thing. Look, this cannot be. Sanatana means indestructible. Sanatana means it has been always there and it shall always be there. You cannot destroy it. Sanatana is where all are inclusive. In fact, the world is looking forward to Sanatana. Because all other faith, all other systems are divisive. Mine, my way or highway. That is how everyone says. Others say. But we say no. We are all family. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Yadumure yavarukele. We are all one. This is the only. So first and foremost, anyone who has got any idea, feel that Sanatana can be destroyed is I think, and I don't blame them, because essentially they are the people who also, during the British time, they had collaborated with the British. Not that they are the people who actually, they were not very happy with the independence of Bharat. And that is how on 15th of August 1947 they had observed as a Black Day. So if in their line, their followers, if today they talk against Sanatana, nothing, I am not surprised about it. But the fact is that today, our country, Bharat, is awake and moving forward. Moving forward in every field, economic field, cultural field, a spiritual field. There is an overall resurgence. A new Bharat is taking birth. And we are all fortunate. We are all fortunate to be living at this age, witnessing it, and at the same time, we are also a participant. We are also playing our role, wherever we are, small or large, to make it happen, to make Bharat emerge great with its values, Sanatana values. When the Prime Minister Modi says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, essentially it's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Keeping all together for everyone. This is nothing but the essence of Ayya Vaikunda Swami, what he said. Everyone, there is no difference, whatever be. No, there is no difference at all. Everyone. That is how all the schemes today, whether it is health, Ayushman Bharat, it is for everyone. There is no politics in it. People from every part of the country, from Tripura to Tuticorin to Trivandrum, everyone is covered with that. When we are taking electricity to the houses, every house, there is no distinction. There is nothing like so and so and so and so. No, there is no politics, nothing at all. When the question of building home for the homeless, there is no distinction at all. Everyone, every poor must have, every homeless must have a home. This is nothing but what Ayya Vaikunda Swami wanted. We are today fulfilling his dreams, his mission, his project. And we are all happy to be part of it. On this occasion, auspicious occasion, I wish everyone a very, very great future ahead. Let's all do our best wherever we are. Wherever we are, we must live it to the dream. Even yesterday, Prime Minister Modi, when he also greeted on this Ayya Vaikunda Swami's anniversary, he made the same thing, that we are fulfilling the dreams of Ayya Vaikunda Swami. And we have to do it. And that is how we can make a Bharat, a fully developed Viksit Bharat by 2047. Not only for ourselves, because Ayya Vaikunda Swami was not only for people here, he was for the whole world. Narayana is not for one country or other country. Narayana is for the whole creation. So it was fortunate. We are fortunate that he was with us. He was born in this land. He appeared in this land. So it is our responsibility to rise and save the world and fulfill the dream of Ayya Vaikunda Swami. I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. We now welcome Thiru S. Natish Raja to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you, such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched, it must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion of book launch event. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Governor Mr. R.N. Ravi for gracing this occasion with his esteemed presence. Your insightful words about Sanatanam and unwavering commitment to the betterment of Tamil Nadu have truly inspired us all. Your support and encouragement mean the world to us, and we are deeply honored to have the privilege and hosting you today. Thank you, sir. I would also like to extend our gratitude to Mr. R. Ramalingam, the author of our book, Sri Mahavishnu Incarnation, Sri Vaikunda Swami Sanctified Sanatana History, and convener of International Ayya Padi Confederation, for sharing his expertise, passion, and dedication throughout the journey of bringing the remarkable book to culmination. Your tireless efforts in research, writing, and coordination have undoubtedly enriched our literacy landscape and provided insights Sri Vaikunda Swami Sanctified Sanatana History. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my heartfelt thankness to Mr. Duraipalam, Mrs. Sita Lakshmi, Mr. Suresh Ponnu, and Mr. Prem Shankar, who have made this event as unification of all Ayyapadi by blessing of Ayya Vaikunda. As our Ayya Vaikunda said, Ulagam or Kudayin ki liyanga vendum. Today, this event has remarked his presence through guidance of our Honorable Governor Mr. R.N. Ravi and Mr. R. Ramalingam. Our heartfelt thanks to go all my beloved Ayyapadi coordinators, members, contributors, participants, and attendants who have graced this book publishing function with their presence. Your support and enthusiasm have added immense value to this event, and we are deeply grateful for unwavering encouragement. I would like to once again express our deepest gratitude to our Honorable Governor R.N. Ravi, author R. Ramalingam, and all the participants to the invaluable contribution and unwavering support. It has been honor and privilege to host such esteemed guest celebrate the launch of book Sri Mahavishnu Incarnation, Sri Vaikunda Swami Sanctified Sanatana History. Thank you all for being a part of this special occasion. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, we request all of you to rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमनातिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल भंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ